Okay, Alex Chung asks, what would you recommend for a double feature movie night? That is so much more complex question than you really know. I mean, it really depends on your emotional situation. I know that's a weird thing to say, but it is. You can't just throw any old double feature at someone. I mean, there's a lot of people who say, I love this movie. No matter what state you're in, you're going to want to watch this movie. That's not true, especially when it's a double feature. That means you have to plan out, and I take that seriously. So I kind of have to give you more than one. And I'm sorry. I know you asked for one, and I'm giving you 3 instead. So that's very rude of me. But you got to roll with it, right? I mean, you can feel that, right? You can understand me. You feel me, right, Alex? Right? Right, bro? Right, dog? Come on. One I throw at you is the Maltese Falcon, followed by Brick. Maltese Falcon, the 1940s version with Humphrey Bogart, and Brick, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt. These are both very much the same vein of movie. It's like a film noir, detective kind of thing, but very different energy, very different tones in some ways, but so reminiscent of each other that it's really cool to go into it. And the Maltese Falcon hopefully will set you up for the tone, and then just kind of the brick will just hopefully hit you with the scope of, and how grand that a small setting can be, in a way. If you look at that, it's a high school noir. It's very, very interesting. I love the heck out of that. And Maltese Falcon's just amazing. It's an amazing movie. If you haven't seen it, it's a good reason just to see it. Brick is excellent. Just an excellent movie. And same director that's doing the next Star Wars. Not Rogue One, but the Episode 8. So if you can see that, and you see this guy, how he handles characters and settings and tone and mood, I think we're in for a very interesting Star Wars. Alright, another movie double feature. I would go with The Adventures of Baron Munchausen and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Now, these are pretty funky different movies, but there's an energy, and I think what a nice connective thread is that it's about a main character that's very much just about them. It's hard for them to see anyone else around them, and people are trying to survive around the madness that is their lives. Baron Munchausen and Scott Pilgrim. And okay, first of all, Baron Munchausen was my favorite movies. Again, I'm just giving you the easy ones right now, just my favorite movies. Baron Munchausen, Scott Pilgrim, you can't go wrong with these. And they're just amazing, beautiful, visually astounding movies. And that's worth it, just to turn off the volume, turn off the sound, and just watch the dang thing. And see these two movies. They're just how these visionaries exist. I mean, Edgar Wright and Terry Gilliam are geniuses, and you can see it in these movies. You can see the scope to which they're working on, that the other people are just kind of trying to scrape together something as close to what they can do. So yeah, you gotta watch those two. Those are fantastic. The last double feature, I would go with Moon and Sunshine. These are both space movies. They're both a little lesser known, but they're amazing. They're both morality stories, really. The kind of scope to which morality can go in either direction, and how heroes are in the weirdest places. And I don't know, it's hard to say how this double feature works together, and it might not work, I don't know, but it's one I think is worth trying out. So Moon is its own film with Sam Rockwell, and then Sunshine, that's with Cillian Murphy and Chris Evans before Captain America. That I watched this movie, and I dare you not to see how someone went like, oh, that guy could be Captain America. Holy crap, that guy's Captain America. But Sunshine is about the sun is going out, and these astronauts are going to reignite it. I am going to ask you to turn off the science part of your brain, because there's no way we could reignite the sun. I'll save you some time on that. There's no way we should be able to. But it's a story, and think of it more, if you have to, try and metaphor it as much as you can. Symbolism, I don't know. But just push the science out and just watch this movie about these people who have to do something impossible. And kind of knowing there's not really a way back. Not really. So work with me on that one. Watch it and then just see the scope. I mean, I love this. I love both those movies. They're beautiful and really pushes some thoughts and some feelings inside. Moves it around with a hammer and a broom and just spins it around, and then you decide how you feel about it. Sorry, Alex, you asked for one, I gave you 3. That's how I roll. Long Lee asks, what's the last song that gave you goosebumps? Amazingly enough, I kind of already answered this one with the Weezer song. And it was number 5, the one that started all. It was Do You Want to Get High? And you go, that's an odd one to get goosebumps. But here's where I'm from. I am a hardcore Weezer fan from high school. From high school, all right? And I'm an old man now. I'm ancient. I'm turning into dust. But in that time, I have loved Weezer since forever. I have bought every album. I have loved not every album, and I've always found a song that I adore in each one. But then the latest Weezer album came out. It's called the White Album. The first song that came out was "Thank God for Girls," and I didn't like that at all. I didn't like it. I don't like that style he's doing. It's weird. And then another song came out called "Do You Want to Get High?" And I'm my spirit's a little broken. I haven't heard a really good Weezer riff song in a while. It's been a while, and it's not their fault. It's no one's fault, really. I mean, it's just that's how it goes. You love a certain type of how they do a song, and they can never really repeat it because it's kind of lightning in a bottle. And then I heard "Do You Want to Get High?" and I remember just sitting there gobsmacked. That's the word I want to say. I was gobsmacked. I felt goosebumps, but I was mostly just sitting there going like, this is old Weezer. This is the Weezer song I want to hear. This is like this crunchy guitar, this sound, this kind of telling a weird story. These things everything I loved about a Weezer song is in "Do You Want to Get High?" It was out of nowhere. I did not expect them to have that song. I didn't expect them, and boom, out of nowhere, I experienced this song, and it hits me in a very personal way. I don't expect other people to love this song anywhere near as much as I love it, and not in that kind of hipster way, like no one could be, I'm the biggest fan, and everyone else. No. I mean, this song surprised me for how much I like it. Like isn't the right word. How much I love this song. All right, Sean Hornbuckle asks, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? I think it's 1, 2, 3, and then you take a bite out of it. And, like, the person just kind of stares at you like, dude, that's not cool. And then it's just, like, awkward because you just ate someone's Tootsie Pop. Like, without even asking, really. They were just asking you a question, not if you could eat their candy for them. So, really, the question is, how many licks does it take to ruin a friendship? Though, think about it. Actually, probably only just take 1 lick to ruin a friendship. Thanks, Sean. Oh, and he asked again. Another question from Sean. What is your favorite Marvel comic? Like ever or right now? Well, right now I'm just gonna say right now I love Thor: God of Thunder, but the art is astounding. It's astoundingly good, and the story is so good. Like the first run they had together was a meeting of 3 Thors, which is like super young teenage Thor, Viking Thor, so young Viking Thor who's a dick and isn't worthy of the hammer, to modern Thor, I mean before they changed to female Thor, modern Thor who is an Avenger and kind of thinking about what his purpose on Midgard and Asgard, and then old Thor who's King Thor of Asgard and everything's gone wrong or stuff. Just as you get older, the more regrets pile up. And he's got like 1 arm and he's got a big metal arm replacing one and missing an eye, and it's just this great story of this time traveling where it's the same person meeting himself at different times. And when you're immortal, there could be some big personality shifts. I never really thought about that. It's like you spend so much a long time. Like how long did it take to get from where you were to where you are now? Now add thousands of years to that. That's pretty crazy. So it was a great story, really epic feeling. At the same time, very personal. I don't know how they did it, but they did a good job. And it was really funny. I mean, it was really funny at times, and it was super, super action packed. And that art is beautiful. I love that art. That was just beyond everything. And the villain was great. Just a great villain. A great new Thor villain that just like we haven't seen in a while. He's always fighting Loki, and then fighting some other dude. Finally, a new villain came up, and it was just outstanding. So one of my favorites. And then the next question after that one was, what is your favorite DC comic? Green Lantern Corps. When Hal Jordan come back, they assembled all the other Green Lanterns and they started it up again. I was loving that book. I was loving, just Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps combined into one kind of idea, because that was when Jeff Johns was just making some great stuff. I was really loving it. I'm a big fan of different corps. So like the Red Lantern Corps and the Yellow Lantern and Sinestro and then they have more threats that are coming in. It's like it felt really big and epic and also like a police drama in a way too because they're police officers, space cops, and that's something that John's helped incorporate into that. And I was just loving both Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps for a while there, but I loved those DC books.